and let's go.
That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my
Stop trying to figure out what I'm gonna say, you dummy.
My balls keep telling me to let me
Oh my god, I gotta stick up for my favorite YouTuber! You can't make fun of him! Tommy, I always respected you, but this time you've gone too far! Broadcast live from the heart of Europe. This is the most badass YouTube podcast ever in the drama sphere. How are you? I'm Tommy C. I'm here with the great Matt Pitt of the great Matt Pitt of Now Recording, and of course, Mr. Optimus Wilbur. How are you, sir? How are you guys? Let's go. Twisted Twig. Sonny didn't even say anything straight out transphobic. Are you Twisted Twig? Are you out of your fucking mind? Do you think I give a rat's monkey's smashed asshole if he said anything transphobic? Do you really think? Oh, my combos. do you really think that the great Tommy C is gonna sit in this dark room and say that guy's a bad person because he said something transphobic? I got news for you. Thank you, that's quick. I got news for you. That's not why this shit's funny. And also, we're reacting, so we don't know all the ins and outs and the details, right, Matty Pitt?
Yeah, we don't know.
And Optimus knows. What do you know?
I know fuck all.
He knows jack and shit.
Was he making fun of Bud Light?
Yes, we're making fun of Bud Light. All right? So, buckle up, buttercups, all you SunnyV2 fans. And yes, he's probably going to get goofed on. Let's see something transphobic. You think I give a rat's ass? I think people that get, no matter what the word, that get bent out of shape for jokes and words are like the worst people going. I think they're a threat to our democracy. If he said something transphobic, it'd be worse. That's like a bad take. I know. That's the way it used to be. Well, that's a really stupid thing to say. No! Gotta destroy him! You gotta kill him! You gotta mourn for life, right, Stephanie? Since when do I do anything? Anything? What streamer? Like, ask yourself something, all 118 of you. If you ever come in here and know 150% when unless it's like something political, then you probably know. But do you ever know what my take is going to be?
Sometimes I don't even know what your take is.
You're damn right I don't tell you, because it's funny. I don't have to check on Bobax's timeline to know what to say. I don't have to look at people that make more money than me. I don't have to worry about Mama Max making a video on me while I'm on vacation. I don't. It's called being able, wait for it, to think for yourself. I might be wrong, but I'm not Connor. There's the obligatory Connor attack.
Yeah, here we go.
I'm not Connor. I don't have to check with people just to have the so-called right opinion. I don't even think the right opinion would agree with doing that. Okay, let me check. What's Augie saying? What's Nick saying? What's Boback saying? Tipster! Okay, that's what we're going with. I do it all by myself. It's amazing. Actually, it isn't. But I grew up not giving a fuck if I got made fun of in high school, at least to the extent most of the other kids did. Getting fucked with is not something to be avoided. You're like all those jackasses in basic training. I'm going to go all through basic training and not get yelled at once. Good luck with that. And then then they get really mad because of, like, even if you do anything if you do everything perfect, they start to fuck with you because you're doing everything perfect. You know why? Because yelling at you is about how you'll perform under pressure. So how do you perform when something unfair happens? I remember this guy, he's like Joe America. He's going to be a Black Hawk helicopter pilot. He looked like the guy that beats up Daniel's son. He was so Joe America. You know?
They made a G.I. Joe figure
He was
of him.
perfect in every way. He had an Italian last name. He was from California. He was good fucking looking. He was tall. He was smart. He had a big heart. He looked out for other people other than themselves. And he was always leading from day one. And you know what they did to him? I think his name was like Flamingo or Flamenco. I want to say Flamenco.
Whoa.
No, it was something like something Italian with an F. Franco or something like that.
He started liking anime.
And he started liking anime, and they threw him out because he was gay.
Did he have blonde hair?
Because he was gay. No, he had like dirty blonde hair, like my brother.
So he was Duke from G.I. Joe then?
He was G.I. Joe. He was Missy everything. Like, if you were a real lame-o, asshole, white guy, this is the son you'd want. You know, he was perfect. So I know he, if you're doing good shit, you got to lead, and he volunteered for everything. It was fair enough. And then I remember they threw him off his line leadership. Get out! You're fucking everything up! Why are you always fucking everything up? And everybody's like, wow, why are they fucking with Franco? He's like perfect. Because he's perfect. And he went upstairs and he whined and he cried about it. Wah! And then he went, oh, this is a test. Because life's not fucking fair. And he went right back to being Joe Super Soldier, and he got Soldier of the Quarter. Wonder where he went. Yeah, he did. That's what he got. Somebody I really looked up to. I wish I'm starting to forget names. I'm getting close to 50. I'm starting to forget names. But his name was Joe Franco, something like that. Good guy. Hope he had a lot of success. I never ran into him after that because he was in the, like, once you go into that the helicopter world and jet fighting world, you never see regular Army people again. You know, they're kind of kept separate. That's why guys like Chappelle and Cheryl matter sometimes until they piss someone off. Yeah, I noticed that, but Stern doesn't count because Stern fucking tapped out and gave in. Stern wasn't about anti-authority. Stern wasn't about showing everybody what Hollywood, how phony Hollywood was. Stern was about getting into that crowd and pulling up the ladder after he got there. James Franco? No, it wasn't him. Was his. All the girls respected him too. So it wasn't James Franco. That used to be my wife's celebrity. Like the one she could bang, yeah.
Yeah.
I said.
Turns out she might have had an actual shot.
Right before my joke. I thought I was just gonna you can bang him and then we'll fucking hit him up for a rape charge and fucking blackmail him. That was my joke, but he was fucking James Franco. He is something else. He's yelling about fucking the way you treat women. And he's sitting there. You need to learn how to act. You need to work harder. You come in here and you're lazy. Well, you can suck my balls and I'll make it all go away. James Franco, everybody. Loser. That guy got me too, and he kept on doing the feminist horse shit. He's like, it's like it didn't happen. Really? What are you guys complaining about? What happened?
But his career no tank after that.
It did, but I don't think he noticed.
No, you're right.
He just kept going right on. Put on your mask. He kept going. I think I need a new timestamp guy. I don't think he's coming back, is he, Matty Pitt?
Yeah, I'm waiting with bated breath. I'm at the airport. He's gonna show up one day, Tommy. All right, he's gonna show up.
And be welcome back.
Yeah,
he's
gonna show up.
We're like a dog that sleeps on his master's tombstone every fucking afternoon at 3 o'clock. Oh, there's Stormy going out to see Jim again. That's mighty sad.
Maybe one day he'll realize. I don't know.
I don't know. Come back, T. Come back.
I always wondered about those stories that would make the newspaper. Like, dog sleeps by tombstone. I was like, are they like just like baiting the dog there with treats and taking pictures?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Dog's fucking the ground or humping it or something.
Yeah.
You know, who knows? I don't know. Dogs are mysterious animals.
Yeah.
Every so often they surprise you. You know, they've even figured it used to be on Unsolved Mysteries. With Robert Stack. Greatest.
Yeah.
I love Robert Stack. And they had this fucking dog that this poor girl, she had horrible, life-threatening seizures. And that happened in school. So they got her a dog just to help her get around, right? Some golden retriever. And the retriever could magically, they don't know if it was smell or hearing, would push her off, go into this room. Do not go out there. Do not get on the highway. Don't get in your car. Or not your car because she couldn't drive, but like wait this out. And then she would have the attack in the safety of her room. Yeah. Dog knew every time. Since then, they've seen that. They don't know what it is, but they also know how to find dogs that know how to do it.
I always heard a story of this. I heard this on the radio. This guy was like, got drunk. He was like really out of shape, really in bad shape. Got drunk every night.
Good for him.
He wakes up in the middle of the night, and his dog has eaten his toe off.
What an asshole!
Yeah, and then he goes to hospital. He goes to
The Walking Dead.
He goes to the hospital and he finds out he's got like major diabetes to the point where he's dead soon. I don't know, like
I know
the dog didn't eat off the toe.
They teach dogs to sniff for cancer. I know that.
Yeah.
But
it's not 100.
Thing my dog was good for was finding bras and panties.
My father claims you can teach a dog to do anything, and if he hasn't done it, it'll be figured out eventually. That's what my father thinks. You can teach a dog to do anything. I mean, I have seen dogs, get beers, and I think it's one of those things like you can unlock their intelligence, so to speak, if you spend a ridiculous amount of time with them. That's when you unlock whatever it is, and you know a lot about what you're doing with training. Otherwise, your dog's going to hump the couch. He's going to fucking climb on your fucking neighbors. He's going to piss and shit in your house. And just like every other dumb dog you've ever known. But if you put a lot of time into it, like a dog can do magical shit. I mean, I heard a story about my favorite dog growing up. My family, we had them all. Tommy... This'll hit you in your Scottish cockles. My family are huge fans of collies, not border collies, rough collies like Lassie, right? It's a Scottish dog. It's a Scottish sheep herding dog, and we found this story. This fucking 3-year-old, some kind of farm kid wandered off, and the collies, he threw a thick coat. When she fucking dropped, they surrounded her. Kept her warm because like they couldn't figure out how she flies. Well, my dogs kept me warm. That's all she could say. The dogs kept me warm.
Yeah,
I guess it's fucking impossible.
It's fucking
they know.
Bro.
I don't think they all. Stephanie goes. They don't all know. I'll give you another example. A dog that didn't know. That guy down in South Jersey. It wasn't even South Jersey. It was just below. It was Central. It was by me. Back in 2016, he killed his friend that he grew up with, this girl. They graduated high school together, right? And one of the things he said when he was confessing to the murder to his friend to sound cool, he's like, I couldn't believe it. I'm strangling this bitch and the dog's just looking at me. Like, what a piece of shit dog.
No, but it's not even that, dude. If you look at back in New York in the 70s, that dog talked to fucking that guy. He was the son of Sam.
Yeah, but he's since said that was a bunch of horse shit to get off. He's come clean.
Believe that.
He's come clean. He said he was.
He's a preacher now.
Yeah, he's like a preacher. He said it was all bullshit.
You're kidding.
You didn't know that?
Yeah, he's got his own website and everything.
He's still alive. Yeah, he said it was all a bunch of bullshit. The only thing he did do that was mysterious is here's the thing. everybody has a description of Son of Sam in every murder because it's fucking New York, you know? Everyone's different. And he was involved in some kind of wacky cult, which he has admitted to, with with the Carr brothers. And the dog belonged to the Carr's father. And I don't know all the details and stuff like that. That's where he got the idea to make up the bullshit story about the dog. But he won't. They've asked him if he was a shooter in every murder, and he said yes, and he said no. And there is some scant, bizarre evidence that he was not the only person involved in that. But the problem with it, you have to go down the and this is before the 80s, so the satanic cult line, which is always a dead end.
I seen all that, the rabbit hole that goes down.
But here's the thing about that, the satanic cult thing, in this particular case, in this case only, all right? Both Carr brothers were murdered. Like, everyone that was connected to, like ran into some kind of bizarre death. That's a fact. That's what makes this one a little different than the other one. But yeah, once you get in the satanic cults and Indian burial grounds, it's usually 90% of the time it's bullshit. True crime time? Yeah, maybe we can do Son of Sam when I get back. We could go over about the angle with the only one that really interests me is the satanic cult, because I grew up during the satanic panic, and by the early 90s we realized that everybody freaked out over nothing. Like I literally had people telling me that Ozzy Osbourne was killing teenagers on purpose, like smart adults telling me that growing up.
Mm-hmm.
Judas Priest, yes. So they're putting these in the records on purpose so kids kill themselves. It's a really good way to deflect why your kid's fucked up.
Oh, it's the music.
Yeah, it's like I'm beating them and making them go to fucking church and pulling them through a fucking hate and brimstone. That had nothing to do with it. It was Judas Priest.
Tipper Gore.
It was Judas Priest.
I remember that when Judas Priest got blamed for something.
Yeah, they had to go to court. Lost a lot of money.
They had to go to court. Yeah, they had to go to court.
No wonder Rob Halford's gay.
The best part was when
Twisted Sister had a battle against the moms. Tipper Gore.
Yeah,
I want to also point out all the fucking lefties that are free love. Even back then, Tipper Gore's a lefty. She wanted control. That's what they're about.
You know what ironically started that whole thing? It wasn't like a heavy metal band or anything. Her daughters were listening to Prince and singing the lyrics.
Yeah, no, well, they're pretty graphic.
Sounds like it was Tipper's fault, Yeah.
Well, her argument was you could look at the lyrics back in the 70s. Like, you'd pick up the album and you could look at the lyrics and say, I'm the right kid. By then, everybody was using cassettes. Yeah. Right? So you couldn't get any of the lyrics until after you bought it. See, I got to be honest with you. Tipper Gore was, this is an ultimate, I guess Tipper Gore wasn't wrong about everything. She's wrong about a lot. And she was what Tipper was basically saying, and she did kind of go away after this, is you can't sit there and tell us as parents that we're dropping the fucking ball when you don't put any kind of warning on. You don't give us any options to find out what the content is until after we buy it. And then after we buy it, you blame us. She's kind of not wrong. Now, that's not all she was about. She lied several times. I remember Warren Natty Jr. caught her in a lie. I watched Dee Snider. Yeah, Dee Snider handled himself pretty good.
It was great when they brought in John Denver, and everyone's thinking John Denver is going to defend.
Yeah, John Denver.
I just believe you can say what you want to sing about.
Babe. Okay, I got a flight to catch. See you later.
Puff the Magic Dragon's about me smoking weed.
But back in the early 90s, late 80s, Britain got fucked because then we got hot with the video nasties. And if you go back to some of the interviews about the horror movies, the politicians were like, yeah, we're banning them. Have you watched you interviewed go, have you watched the movie? No.
I want to jump to the screen and strangle Jamie to death. I'm so lost in the boomer talk. Oh, fuck you. I was interested in things that went on in the 60s and the 80s and before that when I was a kid, you big dummy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just because we're not talking about
Jamie's
Sunny
like,
V2.
John
always
fucking
like-
Dever, I draw the line right here. Get into the MrBeast drama.
I think there's a difference in the generations. The prior generations always seemed cooler, right? But now it doesn't seem like that anymore.
No,
You know
when
what I
I was a
mean?
kid.
No,
no,
man,
I reject that. When I was a kid, everything else that came before was bullshit. I was the same way as these idiots. But here's the thing. As I got older, I realized like that's a stupid way to think. You know what this generation is really good about? Old video games.
Okay,
They respect all video games from all platforms. When I was a kid, is like, look at Jason. What a fern. He fucking has a Sega Master System. What a bitch. Ah! Nobody goes over his house and wants to play those games because nobody has them. What an idiot. I bet his mom hates him.
Is that what you're, Tommy, is that what you thought then? Because my mum got me a Sega Master System.
She hated you.
I think
Probably
she
because
did.
it was cheap. And she's like, oh my God, Nintendo, 200 pounds. Sega Master System, 100 pounds. It's still video games, right? Even the games are cheaper. Ingrateful prick. He was Sega Master System. Actually, it was a really good, excellent fucking console, by the way.
It was a
Excellent.
cracking console back in the day.
Way more colorful, more going on than Nintendo. It just didn't have a lot of software. But that's what this generation is good about. They you know, who's that idiot Zoomer that calls in here and says I'm fat all the time from Canada, right? He loves 20-year-old video like Quake and Doom and stuff like that. He knows everything about it. He's really
Oh yeah, the Canadian that sounds like he's from New Jersey. Yeah.
What the fuck his name is? Sometimes he's coming in and watching football with us. So, all right, let's get into the stupid. All right, I got this from I got this from Nick, and it was the way he was talking about it. It sounds like it was everything I thought it was. I don't know too much about SunnyV2. I know he's like hyper exaggeration, but the way I understand this, because it's only a 9-minute video, the way I understand this, it's like, all right, so MrBeast, me and my wife are already coming up with a fucking, Matt was there for this. I'm like, wait a minute, Tommy watches MrBeast. And I had my headphones, I walked in the room, I said, hey Tommy, what's MrBeast's best friend? Chris! I'm like, oh shit. You explain this shit. I figured
why
he got
is
2
Chris
years.
a woman now?
Yeah, like why I gotta like, you know what my dad told me to do? He says, just tell him it's a part of the act.
Yeah.
You know, lie to him. Fucking father telling me to lie to my kid. Right.
Yeah.
Like I want to do something where I don't want to glamorize it or promote it, but I don't want to leave like a hate seed there either. I'm just gonna do what I do with my daughter. I tell her when like, hey, there's gays out there and they'll carry you away and kill you. That's what I told her. No, what I told her is there's gay people out there, and you know, sometimes it's rare. It's a minority of the population, but they like the same sex, and we just it does seem a little weird, but you know, we treat them, you know, as our fellow man. And then I remember Laura said something to the effect, I kind of knew that already. I wasn't 100% sure. Yeah. They're called F slurs. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, I kind of knew, but I didn't know. Yeah, it's like, there's people like that, and you know, I was like don't hate them because it might end up being your kid or something, you know,
Yeah.
or somebody you love. You know, that happens a lot. That happens to a lot of people that hate gays. Is somebody they love terribly is gay, and they're like they can't. They either completely like blow their family up, or they learn to reconcile it. You know, which is healthier, I think. But the thing with the gender switch is a little different. So I decided to tackle it the same way. I was gonna tell him he's sick, you know, just humor, but I decided to say there's some people that think this. I'm not going to tell him that. She is a girl now. That's a lie, and I won't lie to him. But there are people that do this, and it's like it's harmless, and we just kind of go along with it, you know. But I'm definitely not going to tell him that. I'm not going to say, but she's she's a girl now. She's not biologically, but everybody just kind of humors her. Like, we tell gays that they're normal. We can do that with the transgenders too. I'm gonna get a strike. All right.
It's the final season. It's the final season.
It's the final season, folks. Come on.
Okay. It's final season.
Because they are normal. They're
we
normal
love the gays. We love the trans as long as they don't tell us how to talk. Or anybody for that matter. Don't tell me how to talk. All right. So this is SunnyV2, who's a bit of a reactionary, and from what I understand, he reactionaries hard in this one. As Nick put it to me, it's almost like he had this fantasy of MrBeast whispering in his ear, "Tell him I can't stand the F slur." It's just it seems like it's like a fever dream that he's having. So let's watch it together. What do you say? Are you ready, Jamie? Is it okay now? Can we start with the degeneracy? Are you happy? Let me see. Jamie, you there? You happy? I want to see I want to see that you're happy.
If you're not happy, we're going back.
You're not happy. We're just gonna end the show. We're just gonna end the show. We're gonna be like, fuck it, we're out of here. Jamie's not happy. Bye bye. Take care, everybody. Have a great weekend.
Enjoy your holiday, Tommy.
Are you happy now?
Yeah. Remember, great beer is few and far between.
Yes. Everybody's a white trash in my audience. They send me the beers they have. One of the beers, I literally went with my buddy threw his keys to his car, and I went to push my foot in the accelerator, and there was a fucking bottle behind it. I was like, oh, it's a bottle of Mickey's. That's where it belongs.
We got nabbed once because we got pulled over. My buddy was driving. What?
Here, my card, the T card. There you go, Uncle Tommy. Now you know. Thanks so much, Latchkey.
We got nabbed once because my buddy was driving. We got pulled over, and the cops got his light in the fucking window, and he shines it down to the floorboard, and he sees a fucking beer, a beer top.
That's like death in
beer
Jersey.
cap. Yeah. He's like, "What's that?" He's like, "Oh, well, I wasn't drinking inside the car. Get out the car."
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Got you. What happened?
Yeah.
What they doing?
We weren't drinking. It was just like he found weed and he made us throw it away, and we got away. Or he let us go. We got lucky.
Throw it over there where I can see it.
The funniest part is
okay. Now drive away.
He made us throw it on the ground. I'm sitting there my hands behind my back, and I'm nervously putting my heel into the dirt because it's a dirt road, and I keep doing that, just nervously doing that. Well, my buddy. After we leave, he drops me off. He turns around and he goes looking for the weed, and he's able to find it because of my heels being buried in the dirt.
I got the weed! Woo! Got some good friends there. Sounds like my friends, to be honest with you, back then. All right, so this is apparently this is why Chris will soon be a nightmare for MrBeast. I don't know that it won't be a nightmare, but something tells me it'll have nothing to do with what we're going to watch.
The Chris Tyson situation could become...
Is that Chris Tyson?
Yes.
God.
a complete
definitely not Mike
disaster
Tyson.
for MrBeast brand. However, it may...
Oh, it's bad for his brand? It's spectacular for his brand. This is like the new thing. Who are you kidding?
also provides some unique benefits.
Ooh.
So let's begin by going over the drama before explaining exactly how this will impact the MrBeast channel. In mid-2022, fans began to notice that Chris Tyson was changing. In the early days, he represented the quintessential
I know this guy. I've seen him around. My kid watches his videos.
Southern gun and truck loving dude. Yet beginning in March 2022, Chris began to display increasingly feminine traits, making tweets such as "I finally got my nails done at a nail tech." Additionally, Chris would highlight that his
and everybody's thinking, well, he's pulling a stunt. That's probably what they thought.
Facial appearance had changed significantly since the start of the
start of the band. So he shaved. Big deal.
Pandemic, which accompanied another post reading, "Okay, so in 4 different customs, I had to prove I was myself because I, quote, look nothing like my passport pic, so much that I'm considering updating."
Wait, did he do something to his jawline?
Taking hormones, Tommy.
It looks like he's lost more weight than the actual picture as well.
Yeah. He really does.
like a soy boy.
My passport. Do you see any resemblance? Prompting replies.
So he's dropping mad hints. Pick and pun. Delirium Red is good beer. It probably isn't. I don't know. Delirium sounds like something.
Yeah, delirium.
Delirium. You're delirious.
Such as you went from man to boy. Chris responded by stating, nah, to be honest, I just really started taking my mental health seriously and eating better, yet his Twitter photos kept insinuating that Chris was becoming more feminine, with this same kind of look showing up in his MrBeast appearances. For example, on the 6th of January...
That is a bad haircut. Wait. Got me a mullet.
2023, Beast Reacts uploaded a video titled I strapped a GoPro to a fish, in which Chris dressed in a way that prompted comments such as, Chris has been adopting more and more traits that remind me of my grandmother. Okay, so some people just gonna ignore Chris's nails. Chris had to have lost a bet. The look is getting wild. The response to the video then prompted countless viral TikToks, such as this one with 700...
What did Mr. He's married. He's married. He loves pussy.
He drives a truck.
He's married. Had a good
1,000 likes, stating how did Chris go from this to this, while others even made the claim that Carl had turned him gay. Now, this was pretty ridiculous.
Who's Carl?
Minecraft YouTuber, right?
Gay?
I think.
Well, he's Minecraft YouTuber.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
As Carl isn't even that feminine, and Chris had come out as bisexual years before he and Carl had even met.
Years, it's only 2020. It feels like yesterday.
The true catalyst for Chris Tyson's feminization instead seemed to have come from his marriage. In January 2022,
boy, maybe she beat it out of him. I've seen that happen.
Chris would post a photo with his...
I usually blame the ex-wife. That's my move.
Is he still not married? That's the thing.
Yeah, this gets good. Buckle up, buttercup.
Wife to his Instagram, yet after this, the family photo stopped altogether. Fans also noticed that he'd removed his wedding...
Yeah, because who would let him near their children? No, I'm just kidding.
ring, with the ring's absence correlating
clearly a joke perfectly with the... I'm playing the part of a foaming at the mouth bigot.
I'm playing the part of myself.
I'm playing... Stop, shut up. That's not true. That's not true.
Matt's been on fire this week, Tommy. You've missed that. Matt's been on fire this week.
That's not true.
Very first post in which he'd painted his nails. Chris confirmed the split in a post from March 2023 reading, for a
my wife never paints her nails. You know the other thing is with people they're like transgenders are like new Catholics, like Jess X. You know, they're more Catholic. She
become trans. They're really into it.
They're like really into being doing all that crazy shit. The girls don't even know he's
65-year-old trans woman smoking a cigarette, just like, calm down, Jesus.
Little over a year now, me and Katie have been separated.
Oh wow.
With this also confirming that Chris's transformation began as soon as his marriage came to an end. Chris went from lighting campfire.
I'm kind of buying this one though. You know what I mean?
It's different than all the other stories.
Yeah, it doesn't feel as much like a move. I could be wrong. I don't know anything about transgenderism or anything. I don't know fucking nothing. I'm just a dumb.
Look, it's possible that this guy was had these early thoughts when he was a kid and just kept them repressed to the point where.
Well, and now's the best time to come out because everybody's down with it. You know.
Yeah.
You know.
He was ultra repressed and he was an ultra man and
when are you guys going to force one of these guys to transition for views? It's a good point. Thank you, Tyler.
It's kind of like finding out that Johnny Nitro,
in order for Toxic to come back, he has to be a chick. That's the
well, I'm saying it's kind of like when you find out that Johnny Nitro, the all.
And we'll blame his girlfriend for that too.
Oh.
I don't think Toxic comes back.
What I was saying is that it's kind of like if Johnny.
You're
Nitro,
a now recording fan right now. You are in hysterics. Go ahead, Matt.
If Johnny Nitro is the all area quarterback and you find out he's gay 30 years later, you know what I mean? That's what it kind of seems like to me.
Well, it's like Bruce Jenner. Guy's a bad guy. I mean, that was pretty shocking for me.
Yeah.
I had a guy in the Wheaties box. You know.
Yeah. To be fair though, he did play one of the gayest sports.
I don't know, dude. Yeah, you're right.
He kind of, that jumping, it's very feminine. It's very prancing,
Yeah.
raising a family with his beautiful wife to now trying to
Really sucks too, because as soon as he became a woman, he also became a woman driver, and he killed a bunch of people, like women. It's amazing.
Buckle up, buckaroo.
be a wife with his man buns and long nails. As the criticism continued to pile, Chris announced that he'd be taking a break from social media. And while there was a possibility that Chris would make efforts to return to his father, do the opposite and double down on his
whoa, what was that?
Chris announced that he'd be taking a break from social media. And while there was a possibility that Chris would make efforts to return to his
Hello? You guys there?
Yeah, I'm here.
I'm still
Yeah.
here, yeah.
I wonder what's going on with me. This. Why is it doing that?
a break from social media. And while there was a possibility that Chris would make...
What the fuck is going on here? Did he take it down? It's alright, I downloaded it. Hold on.
The Chris Tyson situation...
Alright, let's get back to where we were. Okay. Why is it not downloading? I have like a fucking meg connection here.
Really bad at explaining things.
Ninja style. Chris is taking blood pressure medication. On our own. Yeah, I have blood pressure. That's what I'm gonna tell my kid.
Be taking a break from social media.
You take blood pressure medication too.
And while there was a possibility
You gonna turn into a girl?
that Chris would make
Yes. I am. Torture my kid.
media, and while there was a possibility that Chris would make efforts to return to his
I don't know what the fuck's going on here.
Is it stopping at that? It keeps stopping at that one point.
It's bizarre.
Yeah.
Well, I know how to take care of it. I'm smart. I'm a smarty pants. All right, let's see. I downloaded it. This is why I download shit almost all the time now. Let's do this. Let's get in there. Like swimwear on a fat chick. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. And we'll jump in here. Chris.
He'd rather do the opposite and double down on his feminine image, showing up to the kids' choice.
Let me go back.
Chris would make efforts to
Here we go.
buns and long nails. As the criticism continued to pile, Chris announced that he'd be taking a break from social media. And while there was a possibility that Chris would make efforts to return to his former self, he'd rather do the opposite and double down on his feminine image, showing up to the Kids' Choice Awards looking like this, before making the announcement that he'd been doing HRT for approximately 2 months, which according to a quick Google search is the medical process for changing genders.
We could know it.
Chris would expand on this by stating, "Informed consent HRT saved my and many others' lives. The hurdles GNC people have to jump through to get life-saving gender-affirming healthcare in a first-world country is wild to me. Just let people make informed
Because it's bad for you.
decisions about their own bodies," which received a
I
positive
agree with that. Sure, take it all you like.
response from both Carl and MrBeast, who wrote, "Got you, I did one more heart than Carl because I'm a better friend." While his co-workers expressed positivity,
It's like he knew it was coming, and who wouldn't? That's why I watched the MrBeast. All the testosterone was he got. I can't. Good God, just watch Jimmy make blind people see anymore. Yes.
others weren't so welcoming. There goes a father figure the kid won't ever be able to look up to. Hard times create strong men create good times create weak men, and weak men create hard times. Weak man time.
I don't know if I'd have said that, but to sit there and pretend this would have never negative impact on a boy would be just to pretend it's like a lot with the transgender movement.
Apparently, Justy has been a member for 1,064 days.
Really? Juicy?
I think
Really?
so.
No kidding. Was he on a fucking lollipop or something? I'm just kidding. Thank you, Jesse. I appreciate you. I do.
Chris responded to this comment by stating, "This is just more dog whistling that somehow trans and GNC folks aren't safe around kids."
I don't think that's what it said. It sounds like it's just, yeah, your kid's going to be confused. I mean, I have to talk to my kid about you peering up at his content and you're a girl all of a sudden. It's definitely going to be a little bit confusing. I don't think it's necessarily that. I Definitely not a nice thing to say, but whatever.
Tucker begs for me to come back when I leave for like 2 days to film. He is so loved and happy. Kids aren't born with hate, it's taught by people like you, and my child will only know love. I know I'm going to be a great parent, and so is everyone.
What he's embarrassed by you? I mean, like kids are embarrassed by their parents, like as is. I can vouch for as the father of an embarrassed daughter. You know, I mean, I'm as straight as it comes. You know, well, for the most part.
Every other person who puts the love of their child before everything. I made this decision because I wanted to show up as my best and happiest self for him. In a way, this was for Tucker. Chris's response received some positivity such
All right.
as, I'm convinced you're an
Thank you, Fallen. Thank you so much for coming back.
amazing father. Tucker is lucky to have you and also lucky to have all of those who surround and support you in his life. As well as I adore that, I'm glad you
What is with this fucking music? Boom, 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 boom. Like, Jesus Christ.
I'm waiting for
At
serial
worst,
killer.
this is funny. It's not that serious. Calm
Do you
down.
think it is like the new Unsolved Mysteries? It's going to get to the point the killer fucked off.
His son is. Thank you, Stephanie. Yeah, I know. It's like, and then Chris killed everybody in the room, including his son. You know? That's what I've been waiting for.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
you made that decision. It's so much easier to be a parental figure when you're not struggling with dysphoria, yet he'd also receive an equal amount of backlash. You ripped apart your family and took a father figure away from your son just so you could paint your nails and act zesty. Pathetic.
Zesty! Keffels. We got another lad, so let's fucking go!
He will get torn apart at school, won't want to have friends around his house. A life full
Yeah, it's none of your business, really.
of difference and being alone. Must have missed the point in that tweet.
I don't have problems with people having opinions like this, if that's the way they
know,
feel. I don't think it's necessarily hateful. I think it's more maybe misplaced. I mean, I don't know if it's misplaced or not, but the empathy for the kid, because you don't know how that kid's going to see the situation. He could grow up and say, well, that's my dad, and I'm really understanding for it, and I'm glad he was there for me, and this is what makes him happen. He can call my dad's fucking embarrassing the fuck out of me. I wish he wasn't like this. You know, that doesn't make his kid a bad fucking person either. So it'd go a couple ways, but these people, they're just busybodies in the internet. You know?
How's this for him?
What? Go ahead.
What you were saying about like the music and the tone of how it's about to get like really dark.
Yeah.
It'd be funny if and it turns out there's no hell like a woman scorned.
Yeah.
And with Chris, who is now a woman.
Yeah. So far, it's pretty neutral. I was hoping it'd be a little more biased. Yeah. Why did I want it to be biased? Because I want to laugh.
When you're depriving him of
Other than the music is really over the top.
a father figure, although Chris wasn't altered by
Zesty.
these comments, as he'd once again reiterate
Like, I mean, I can't have empathy for his wife. Really? I can't? Get the fuck out of here. All right. If I like, you know what? If I get empathy for them, don't be fucking. Pearly things say it's okay to cheat. What a bitch. What do I care? You know. Oh, I'm supposed to get mad at her for that? And I can't feel bad for his wife. All right, whatever.
I mean, it definitely is a very awkward situation if you go to your wife and be like, "Hey, look, I've been a woman."
Hey,
this
by the
whole
way,
time."
your pussy wasn't that good.
Hey, by the
That's
way,
the way a girl's gonna see it.
By the
That's
way,
what-
want to start pegging me?
I wasn't woman enough. Yeah, I mean that's rough. It's rough for a guy too. I mean, I dated my first girlfriend. Her name was Kathy, right? And this was kind of selfish on my part. Like we went out when we were like 14, 15, and then we started hanging around each other again in our 20s in Rutgers. And like she's gay, right? And you know, it's like I remember I said something to the effect of like, did I do something? Did I do that? And she fucking damn near smacked me in the face. It's like, you didn't do anything to me. I was born this way, you fucking idiot. Like, how arrogant. She's like, you slept with me once or twice. Like, how dare you? And I'm like, yeah, I'm a fucking idiot right now, you know? Yeah. So, but, you know, because as she pointed out, it was about my ego. Not about concern for her. So
you lived the opposite of chasing Amy.
Yeah, the girl went gay afterwards. Yeah, she went gay afterwards. But she had like 20 other boyfriends that abused her besides me. No, I didn't.
That
abuse her at
donation
all.
was a little bit.
What was that? What did it say?
I didn't want to read that one.
What did it say?
Crispin Watt donated $5. Well, it worked for me.
Okay. What's good, Cathal Garza? There's a 2016 fan. Cathal, he's an Irishman. He watches some Glory Hunters too. He goes all the way back.
His certainty in a new post reading, "It's never too late to start being yourself," which received praise from MrBeast.
Unless you're an asshole, then don't be yourself. Fake it.
As well as
I'm not saying you're an asshole, but if you are, fake it. Be a good person. Pretend to be a good person. We're not annoying. We all agree on that.
Nolan and Carl. However, these comments also added extra fuel to the fire. In a few years, look back at this thread and remember they were never your friends. Only yes men cowards. Hope you come out of this safe. MrBeast responded to this with a simple opinion irrelevant ratio, to which the original commenter would state, "I have 30 followers, so go ahead and ratio."
Ooh, that's a good reply. Yeah, because MrBeast is using this guy for divergence signal on. That's a really good
me. I'll still rest easy knowing that I'm not a coward who idly sits by watching my friend ruin his own life.
Well, that's a pretty good reply. I got to be honest with you. I got to be honest with you. That's a tremendous reply. Well, you know, here's the thing about, you know, coming out and doing this stuff. Like, there seems to be sort of entitlement where the only thing you can hear is positive things. There are people out there that are going to have a negative opinion, and you have to deal with it. You know, you have to deal with it. There's this idea, well, we have to destroy all the people that have the negative. No, we don't. We can just say, you know, that's fucking, you know, it's off base, bad take, whatever. I don't have to all fucking panic.
That happened to my friend.
Yeah, that's right.
To my friend. She had a bad experience. But to be fair to Danny's like us. Danny sees the funny side and everything. Which is probably why I do get on with her well when it comes to things like this. But yeah, she had it wasn't all plain sailing, let's put it that way.
No, it's not all fucking rainbows and unicorn farts, as the great what's his name from Twitch, he quit a couple years ago, DJ Wee used to say. It's easy to speak pro gaming. It's not all rainbows and unicorn farts. Let me tell you. Back when DJ Wee was cool. He's not cool no more, unfortunately. He's hiding somewhere with Slasher. Ugh, loved him. Big reason that I was huge inspiration. I'll never take that away from him. I love DJ Wee. I don't like Twitch DJ Wee, but DJ Wee was awesome and funny. And so is Slasher at one point too.
Life. In some ways, it was nice to see the boys standing up for Chris on Twitter. However, the situation has already begun to change the dynamic within the videos. For example, in a recent livestream titled Opening 1,000 Mystery Art Boxes, Chris would once again dress in quite a feminine way, and while everybody participated as usual, the energy and vibe didn't feel nearly as smooth as it normally did.
It will eventually, though.
Yeah.
Eventually it will be completely, well, what's going on there? Is that, yes, it's what you think. And then we move on.
It felt as though there was an unaddressed elephant in the room, and therefore everybody was in.
Yeah, at first that's what it's going to be like. It's not the end of the world. Like, so he's leading up to this is going to ruin everything MrBeast ever built.
Wait, it says, I've never seen Jimmy so disappointed and sad before. Jimmy's MrBeast, right? Because his face is always perpetually sad and disappointed.
Yeah.
That dude has no emotion.
Yeah, I know. Because it's a fucking... Love you, Tommy. You have great content. Thank you.
Ahead, as opposed to being in the present moment enjoying each other's company.
Is that some Nazi war criminal you have in your fucking thing, Alvin? Is that? I just always wondered.
You know, Tommy, I don't ask these questions.
Maybe everybody was simply too busy opening packages, but Chris did make these bizarre jokes about Jimmy being female, making him incredibly uncomfortable.
Alvin York is real. Thank you, Alvin.
Oh my God, Jimmy, look, they drew you. Jimmy, they drew you so well. It looks just like you.
He looks fine. Tommy sees cat.
He just looked like he was looking over to like the monitor or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Oh my God, it's Jimmy.
How did fan art? This is what we were looking for. Be brave, be honest, be kind. MrBeast. That is my tagline.
Becoming even weirder when each member started to pay each other compliments.
Hey, nice shirt. Thanks, dude. Nice shirt.
Hey,
nice dress.
Shirt. Thanks, dude. Nice shirt.
Thanks. Nice shirt.
Nice shoes.
For the most part, the live stream was devoid of awkward.
That wasn't that awkward. That sounds like they were just goofing around.
Yeah, that sounds like
am I crazy here? Am I wrong?
Nah, that sounds like a bit.
Okay. They are. I think it's uncomfortable. I could get that part. Like, I think it's uncomfortable. See, everybody's projecting their own shit. Like, if it does, like, the gays never made me all that uncomfortable. Right. Because I wasn't a hillbilly like fucking Matt over here. Yeah. Like me and fucking Optimus grew up in cities, you know. I remember I was in basic training. Like some black guy was yelling at this bumpkin white kid. I bet if you saw an F slur in the street, you say, "Oh my God," you like freak out. You say, "That's an F slur." He was from San Francisco. I bet you freak out. I think there's some of that going on. You know, it does seem awkward to you. If it seems awkward to you, I don't see it that. I'm sure at some level it is. Like,
none of you people can spell awkward. Jesus.
Ankward?
Like,
I don't know how awkward it is, but it's definitely ankward.
Yeah. Like, because the screenshot they showed.
I'm telling you.
Hey, here's the thing. Here's the thing I'm going to do, guys, about this. I'm not going to tell you how to feel about this, and I'm not going to tell you there's a proper way to feel about it. Feel about it any way you want, but do be warned: being hateful doesn't help you. It actually makes you a miserable sack of shit that nobody wants to be around. Really, I'm like not kidding.
All I know is I don't watch any of these streams or MrBeast's content, but these guys always look awkward. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're a bunch of dorks.
Yeah.
Good point.
Moments. However, it would act as fodder for another 100 million views worth of drama and criticism. Chris likely believes that people will slowly adapt to his new appearance over time, but is this really going to happen?
Why not?
Yes.
Yeah.
People get bored of complaining about it.
Well, maybe. It's difficult to say as the situation is fairly unique, especially when considering Chris's reputation and influence. However, if Chris continues to transition, would it be unreasonable to say that he could jeopardize some of the personality traits which made him a successful member in the first place? Perhaps the opposite will happen, and
That's a fair question. You don't know how, if he's going to... He might not be the most popular guy on the show anymore.
he'll instead pick up new personality traits that better resonate with the current MrBeast audience. This was put forward in many comments supportive of Chris, who implied that there'll be millions of queer kids who look up to him, although this doesn't necessarily mean that it'll add any
You could say queer. I don't get that one either.
value to the videos. MrBeast
I thought it was something like my grandma. Look at all the queers. Stay away from the queers. Don't become a queer.
has likely cultivated a massive LGBT audience, all of whom are already watching anyway, and if we've learned anything from Hollywood in recent years, it's that adding over-the-top LGBT characters for the sake of relatability rarely works as intended.
Yeah, but that's not what this is.
Did you see that? Did they just
Something
fail?
like that.
Oh, by the way, just go and take
It's like kind of more real life.
at the same time.
He's not a character. He's a person. Like, he's a real person. All right. Yeah. This season. Listen.
Rose Tico was terrible. This is never going to work either.
Chris, listen. I'm gonna just sit down. Look, this new season. I want a new dynamic for you, Chris. I want you to transition into a woman.
Is there some suspicion over the timing of this? Like maybe MrBeast that'd be great if MrBeast was pushing him into it. All right, which one of you guys want to volunteer? We need a queer.
Let's get those hands up, boys, girls.
Because I tell you something. That Dylan Mulvaney, the more I think that looks like an act. Some people do anything to be famous. Some people do anything to be famous, like in the Shop on the Point community. You know, God. We need a Jalen.
And is often nothing more than a distraction from the premise of the movie or video. On top of this, it can be uncomfortable and unrelatable for the silent majority.
Well, I'll never be able to relate with it, but I'm sure I will get comfortable with it because I don't watch this shit. That's another thing. You can always turn it off.
Yeah. Although, as we have seen, a situation like Chris's does...
I guess the question is, do enough people... I don't think... MrBeast is too much of a fuck. He's too strong. He's the biggest creator on fucking platform.
Have the potential to create an otherworldly amount of discussion, which could be seen as a benefit for the MrBeast brand.
Drama is good for growth, 100%. That would be an easy way to up my
So you're a
if I got
Keemstar?
it.
The problem is this type of...
I wish I would have watched that. I should have watched that one. It's a good, Impulse is a good podcast. I never watch it. Hey, look, it's Ben Dover. You can't say anything without being canceled.
situation is probably the last thing that MrBeast wants to attract, as he's forced to agree with Chris's position, as he has no way of manipulating the situation without being painted as the bad guy.
Wait a minute, that's a little bit of a jump.
Yeah. That's a fucking...
That's kind of reading it. Look, there is that element of it, sure, to say to like, but you have to know that he's unhappy with it. So, he looked uncomfortable in this. That's why he made his case. So apparently SunnyV2 is psychic.
Yeah.
Actually, this isn't as over the top as I thought it was going to be, but that's pretty over the top.
His brand.
Drama is good for growth, 100%. That would be an easy way to up my
So
beast
you're
if
a
I got
Keemstar
it.
The problem is this type of situation is probably the last thing that MrBeast wants to attract, as he's forced to agree with Chris's position, as he has no way of
How
manipulating.
do you know he doesn't? Like, who fucking told you? And why are you showing these one kind like? All right, yeah, there's people who feel differently out there, but who the fuck are you?
The situation without being painted as the bad guy. It's a lose-lose situation for MrBeast.
I mean, that is the reality. If he felt the way you're saying he did, you have no idea what you're talking about. You have no idea, Sonny, what you're talking. You have no idea what you're telling us. Like, hey, trust me, I know how he feels. He wants to get rid of this Tomo, but he can't because he's going to look like the bad guy. How do you know that? We don't know that. Maybe he could. Maybe he could.
Trust me, bro. The source is me.
It's me. Yeah, it was me, actually.
That's it. Trust me, bro.
I said I was MrBeast, and he fell for it. We should start doing that to other YouTubers, like pretending we're other sources. Although I got banned for Kavas trying to pull that stunt on me once. We should just do that and see if they fall for anything. It'd be an awful funny bit. Actually, we probably could do it now. Like back in the day when we were doing like commentary and trying to be all fucking golden. But now we just don't give a shit. Yeah, trust me, bro.
Beast. I think Jimmy is in an inescapable situation. If he kicks out Chris, cancelled.
Why would he want to kick him out? He doesn't even know if the ratings went down or anything.
If he don't, his channel will die for real. An inescapable situation is a pretty...
There is a situation where, like, because, you see what happened with Budweiser, right? And people are sick and tired of the radicals in the LGBTQ community shoving their shit down their people's throats as harder than Christians ever did. There is an element of that. There could be the parents. I just think he's too big to fail. I don't know. We'll see.
A good way of...
Sunny the Psychic.
See, the thing is, sorry to interrupt, but see, the thing is Chris done anything to like change the opinion, like try to force it down people's throat? Or
I had that one tweet.
Oh, she's sorry, like just been set back and just let everything happen.
He just had the one tweet, but he was defending his son, I guess, his
so just the one tweet. Oh fuck, this guy's
from based on this video, I don't think I got the vibe by watching this, but I mean that he's willing to joke about it.
Yeah,
it's fine with me. I don't care what MrBeast does. Personally, I just hope it's funny.
Describing the drama, which is also why it deserves the harsh label of being a nightmare. Jimmy has no option.
No, it doesn't. It's your projection. This is the clearest cut case of projection I've ever seen. Jimmy's trying to stay strong, but he actually wants to cry. That could be somebody could have wrote that as a joke, especially in anime. It's probably fucking flamenco. Look at the logo. Look at the avatar.
It's nothing wrong with
anime. Boob Guy 7 says you could tell that he's weirded out, but he can't do anything about the black jet. I'm sure Jimmy's been around gays before. I really doubt that.
But to publicly express acceptance of Chris's transition, a silence or even worse, disapproval, would come with obvious severe repercussions. However, in accepting Chris's transition...
It's just a bunch of people. I'm sorry. This is it. This is a bunch... Am I right, Stephanie, on this one? You're going to like this. This is like a lefty thing I'm going to say. This is a bunch of people that need Jimmy to hate gays like they do. That's what it looks like to me. Jimmy has to hate gays as much as I do. I hate those queers. I need my favorite YouTuber. Just like that jackass came in together and he was like, SunnyV2 didn't say anything transphobic, which he didn't. He was right, but he assumed that I was going to criticize him for it. That's pretty much what it is.
Yeah.
Jimmy implies that this will be the new normal within the content, thus annoying a different group of people, many of whom will never express their...
It'd be funny if he moved them out. Let's get rid of the queer. Let's move them out slowly.
True feelings, and may rather simply click on fewer MrBeast videos. If this is the case, Jimmy has no option but to accept this fate, as removing Chris from the videos in any kind of way could create an even more severe media fire.
What are the lefties going to do? Because they were going after him for being a good capitalist. What are they going to do now? It actually gives him some plot armor here. Come to think
Yeah,
of
what
it.
if this was the plan all along?
Yeah, I know.
You need, listen, Chris, I know you're trans. You need to say it now. Come out.
Or how about,
come out.
hey, look, Chris, I know you sucked a few dicks in your day, all right? Is there any way you can go to the next level for the team?
What if it was like? What if it was this? What if he was like, well, can you like come out as gay? He's like, how about this? I'll come out as a woman. You know, like he decides to go that full mile.
I don't know.
Gee, fuck.
Here's the thing. Here's what I know. I don't know, and neither does SunnyV2.
Storm. The only clean solution should things go south might be for Chris to resign himself, and even then rumors and bad press will be unavoidable. Whether it be arrogance or ignorance, Chris seems oblivious to how this whole thing might impact
How do
Jimmy.
you know? It's projection. It's all the end of this video is like 90% projection on his part.
Yeah, forgetting that he achieved
there as well. Like, how does they put them in an awkward situation? If they were okay with
It's
it,
awkward. It's awkward in the sense, like, I mean,
it's getting used to like, if that's your friend
you went
growing
through
up,
this,
yeah.
correct? You went through this, correct? Exact situation. You haven't.
Yeah,
you don't have to get into details, but this happened to you.
No, I've got a friend, and it was like, right, okay, and it's not awkward, but it's like you remember one way the person is, and now they're this person, and it's like, right, fair enough, and I'm like you. It's like, don't ram it down my throat, if you get me. I
Literally.
Aye, literally.
And he says he's presenting plausible scenarios. Yeah, through a spectrum of this is all going to fall apart for MrBeast.
Yeah.
It's just, it seems like, yeah, sure. Everybody could be like, oh my God, I'll never watch MrBeast again because of the queers. I even presented that before. Like maybe the parents won't let them watch it anymore, you know, because they're not comfortable. I got to be honest with you. I mean, if I would turn it off if I thought he was selling that shit on MrBeast and stuff. He just dresses like a girl. I'm not going to do a fucking thing about it. If he starts selling the ideology, then that would be it for MrBeast and my kid. But it's just what if. And I think it's a dishonest what if, because the way he's saying it, he's not saying, okay, here's a group of plausible scenarios. No, that's not what he's doing here. Here's what he's saying. He visibly looks, which is subjective, uncomfortable by the situation. So clearly he can't speak out by the way he wants to because he's like, because of political correctness. That is an assumption. That's what it is. And it's kind of dishonest. That's what SunnyV2 did here. It's a dishonest assumption. He doesn't know shit. Now, if he said, look, this is my guess, then I would chalk it up to a political opinion. I think MrBeast is going to get woke or broke in this situation. Here's why. Ba, 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 ba. But no, he said something like, well, they put Rey in Star Wars or whatever. It's all going to fall apart from here. Well, it's a little different. You know? I don't think he said anything bigoted at all. I'm sure the hard lefties will disagree with me. I'm certainly think he's entitled to his opinion, but the doom and gloom scenario seems like, I don't know, wishful thinking. Well, why would you wish for him to fail? You got a problem with gays? Maybe. I don't know. That's what kind of tells me. It doesn't prove anything. I don't know for a fact. That's what it seems like. It just seems like a bunch of people got issues with gays that are like, that are projecting this thing. That's what it looks like. That's what it is. That's, I think. I don't know. I think everybody's fucking... And I'm the guy who said, if you got a problem with you have every right to feel bad for Chris's wife. I can only imagine what she's going... I noticed when these guys, they flip teams or become girls and stuff, no one ever remembers the person that was married to them. They're like, fuck off! It's not about you! It's about this person I'm going to worship and virtue signal with. And no one ever remembers the girl or the guy and how they may have feelings have been crushed or dreams were crushed. Yeah, girls got to go, what was wrong with my pussy? Did I fuck him enough? And women are like that. They'll drive themselves crazy. You don't feel bad for that? Well, I do. But this is a horseshit video. It's ridiculous.
Question is, Tommy, who's going to take one for the team?
What?
Who's going to take one for this team? Who's going to do that? Where's Green Man?
Green Man's going to take one? Yeah, Green Man. Yeah, he's already got the hair. We got the hair. Get Green Man.
of success by avoiding this exact type of drama.
Here, this Tommy C. Here's what's going to happen. MrBeast will make a trans beautiful statement. All the kids will snap along, and there'll be a huge W for the trans agenda.
All I'm saying is, if you're trying to
Huge,
get
I don't
someone-
know. A W, yes.
All I'm saying is, if you're trying to get someone to become trans on the news team, don't pick me. I got enough problems as it is.
It'd be better if we picked you. To be honest with you, not only are you disabled, but then you're a fucking transgender person.
Yeah.
You don't
I'm
worry.
a bald man with tattoos. I look like
You can still be a lesbian, transgender. You can still be into chicks and keep your dick.
Yeah. Matilda Pitt.
There you go, Matilda. Yeah, Matilda. But you should come up with a whole different name. You should be like Devonce. That's what I want to call you.
Devonce? I'm black now too.
Yeah. You could say you're black like Rachel Dolan used to. That'd be great. Somebody made me a transgender. Fucking just yesterday. Bastards. I think it was fucking that fucking Mikey Pitt that secretly still hates me. Let me say. Oh, this is me. This is my really brilliant drawing of IDubbbz's girlfriend, Anissa. Apparently, according to Keemstar, so I go. She came out of retirement to bitch about somebody drawing her. So I think it reminded me like you can't draw Muhammad, so we'll draw. If we can't draw Muhammad, I say draw IDubbbz's girlfriend. Send me lots of pictures of IDubbbz's girlfriend. Jesus Christ. Mr. Vids, why you delete that?
You have really started something last night with the beer talk.
Yeah,
look at
I put everything. Look at this, me.
I did.
Look at my
By the
cousin.
way,
Look at
by
that.
the way,
That's sexy? Would you do me?
You
What do
still
you think
got your
of that?
beard.
What?
I can still see the tash. I can see the tash.
Let
You
me
look
just say
like
I'm
a
Italian.
deranged
Call it a
Jewish
day.
woman.
Say I'm Italian.
You look like a fucking mob wife.
Thomasina C.
Yeah, it's true. It's pretty fucking funny. Even get the hair over the beard. That's pretty funny.
I'll give you a laugh, right? Because I think I've never told you this story, right? But I'll give you a good laugh. So, my friend was a makeup artist, and she gets a lot of work for guys being drag queens now.
Cool.
Okay,
Good for her.
right.
Thank God
Guess
for drag
who?
queens.
Guess who is the guinea pig to show
Green Man.
it can be done? No, it was me.
Wait a minute. You did it? You're so laid
she's
back.
my pal.
I would never let anybody do
You
it.
kind of look like you'd be a drag queen. Like
I look
you
like my mum.
You look like the guy from the Jim Carrey show, Drew Carey show. His brother, who's like dresses up in drag.
God.
Yeah, I done it for her because she was tapping into that market. She said, "I'd need a straight guy who would easily do it for me because every other guy was saying no." I was like, "No, what? Fuck it, I'll do it." And I got like, honestly, I'm just going to say this: see people put like this eyeliner. Fuck that. Fuck that. That scared the shit out of me. A pencil near your eye.
Agbar says I look like it was a Rocky Horror Picture Show.
I'm really bad at explaining things.
Yeah, you're probably right. I went to Rocky Horror once. Rocky Horror. It was a good time. A lot of homos there, though. Transgenders. You ever go to Rocky Horror? I used to go.
No, I never. I mean, I've seen the movie, but I never went to like
no, you gotta go get
showing.
Like,
I like the movie.
People
Don't like
dance, they act it out on the stage, and they throw shit at each other. And
I don't like movies that's got singing in it.
And if you don't know what they're doing or you don't sing, they yell virgins and throw something at you.
Nice.
It's a whole event. No, you never heard about that? A lot of theaters still run.
I've heard about it. Yeah, I heard about it. It's where all the drama kids go to, like, after they graduate high school.
So they go to, like, just keep it silent that they're gay. Just a couple more years.
Yeah.
No, I'm not gay.
I can't
went.
watch anything with singing. I can't watch shows with singing. I hate it.
Yeah, but you go, like, it's not about Rocky. This movie sucks. It's just the whole event where you're in the movie theater when people, like, going nuts. Yeah. They're dressed up. They're like throwing shit at you. It's completely insane. You didn't know? I don't. Are they? It's not a big phenomenon in the UK.
I don't know.
Dude, do you know they ran Rocky Horror Weekly in Somerville Movie Theater, like not far from me, all through the 80s and 90s and early 2000s, as far as I know.
Yeah.
Who was you know the area that Tim Howard grew up in? Rocky. That's where you went. You went to his town to do Rocky Horror.
Mm-hmm.
The goalie for the U.S. and fucking with it. I forget what else he played in England.
Hold on. They throw dildos. Fuck
they
that.
They do throw dildos. Throwing dildos is funny.
But if that, dude, look at Jackass 3 when one shot off somebody's face.
That's my favorite fucking ending ever. I love the part when he has that table of dildos and everything's exploding around him. Somebody made a really cool cut of that with Jamiroquai's Blue Sky dubstep remix that was floating around 2012. It was a tribute to Ryan Dunn, who just passed away.
Yeah.
Nothing for blue skies. Blue. It was really awesome. Put a one in the chat if you know what I'm talking about. Two if you actually know what I'm talking about. All right, let's take calls. I'm going to tell you, the video's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I'll be honest with you. I'm a little disappointed. I wish it was worse. Is there any new stories out there, Maddie? You want to send me something?
Apparently, Real Tech USA is fighting the quartering. Is going to be boxing the quartering.
You know, it's like I hate Real Tech USA's politics, but I kind of hope he beats the shit out of Jeremy.
And Real Tech's going to be going on Dead on Dave's show tonight to talk about it.
Big pickup for Dave. Yeah, be good. That should be a really good interview. Dave might be the best interviewer on the chat on YouTube. Period. I'm not kidding. Well, go check that one out. Go check that out. How did he get that?
I'm not sure. I think maybe Riveter pulled some strings. I don't know.
I go by Riveter. These kids, they do the drama thing. I don't know. I'm just kind of interested. Would you go on my friend Dead on Dave? He's a veteran. Used to be fat, not so fat no more. And talk about this fight you're having with him. Would you do that for me?
That's a good impression, but you got to talk slower.
Yeah, I do. Paul, I call it a Peepaw show. Yeah, this is a good time for me.
Yeah.
Nick,
no, it's a fun show.
Oh, awesome. Peepaw. Well, Nick kind of made this show happen because we were like running out of stuff, and I saw Nick tweeting about this. I am a little disappointed. Yeah, it's all just a bunch of projection on this guy's part. That's all it is. But I don't think it was particularly unfair. I think this video, there's nothing wrong with the video if he comes out. Like he comes out and says, "Okay, this is my opinion. It's not based on anything I know, but I feel he's uncomfortable, and I feel like he probably wants the guy out of there, but he can't do it for political reasons. That's my opinion. I would actually stick up for him then. But it's all a bunch of weird projection, is what it is, and guesswork. So it's just kind of lame. It's just a lame, bad video by SunnyV2 at the end of the day. So what? We all make them. Sunny's a better YouTuber than me. Yeah. I saw him wearing this really awesome Can't Carry Alone video game shirt with shot from the point poster in it. He was wearing that Peepaw Riveter the other day.
Yeah.
You can buy it. Yeah. Because no one can carry alone. You can't carry alone. You know where I got that from? I was in a game of Rocket League, and this guy was fucking terrible. I mean, he's really bad at it, but he fancied himself like an amazing Rocket League player, and he wasn't. And he says, "Come on, guys, I can't carry alone." After we gave a goal up because he refused to rotate correctly.
Was it Volt?
It was probably Volt's bad at video games. Huh? No, it was just some rando, but he wrote, "I can't carry alone." I'm like, that's really funny. Like, what a fucking oxymoron. It's pretty funny. Can't carry alone. Cool shirt. The artist that did this, what's the fuck was his name? Oh God, Oscar did the art for me on this. He actually's done a few things for me. I think it's cool. It's old, but I like it. I have a couple of them.
Really bad at explaining things.
When's the next epo of Salvo vents on SFTP? I don't know. Not next week. I'm out of here.
I mean,
if you want,
Vault's okay at video games. Vault's okay.
I did tell Salvo we could come on, right?
Yeah, but I mean, he's doing another. I think he's doing his vent. He's doing fine on his streams
I
now.
think he's fine over there. You know, another thing is like, what was the thing he did? I mean, I suppose it's half a joke, but I don't know. I was like, Keemstar, he's a drunk driver. Fucking, let's snitch on him. That's not cool. I don't know. It was not cool. It wasn't fun. No, but I did promise. Probably do it if I have to. No, but no, he's kind of doing. He's doing like
he's doing several things.
Yeah, I don't think he learned the first time. No, I don't want to get caught up in it. He's just like, I just didn't. He's like Salvo that took the last of those. I didn't burn enough bridges. Yeah.
Who else can I piss off?
I think Salvo just should keep. He's making the mistake that I did, that you have to constantly be at war. And Salvo is way more talented than I am. Mm-hmm. And he can be funny without any of this. Instead, it's like he needs targets and enemies and stuff like that.
He's got this great talent where he can do something like take his dick out in the car, and we're still just like, well, you know, I mean, Edwin was there, but Salvo, you know, like that's Salvo, right? You know, so like people can just fucking. People can just like look over it because Salvo is pretty much a pervert.
Salvo can talk to me if Salvo wants on. Like he can talk to me if he wants. I did promise, so I'll keep my word. But no, I don't think that was cool. I think it's a bridge too far for me because it's like oh yeah, Keem drove home drunk, and I'm like well, I'm thinking like so what? And what's your next move? We don't care though. The people that Keem put in danger. I'm like no. I don't. Get me out of here. I don't. I'm getting one of those. You know, I just didn't burn enough bridges last time. I should have said that Xylee had AIDS. That's what I should have done. And then got a medical report proving it, even though it'd be fake.
I already posted a picture of an old woman in a hospital bed lighting a cigarette, and he's like, "That's Xylee."
All right,
it is just like no matter the horrible things he does, he's still funny.
He's funny.
Yeah.
Sinsternet, you're on.
Hey, I don't have too much time. I just wanted to ask: are you making the thumbnails?
Yes.
They're fucking gold.
You like them? You're welcome. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I have to say.
Yeah, that's what fucking everybody's wondering why I'm doing it. I'm getting goofed on. I don't care.
It's a new meta.
It's new meta.
Funny.
We're gonna change it back to the meta. I'm just trying to. You like it? You literally like them. You're not like goofing
I
on me?
fucking love them, Tommy.
You're welcome. It makes me feel good.
Right.
Thank you.
Peace out. Have a good
I
stream.
was gonna wish cancer on his whole family, and he made me feel great. I really was waiting for that kid because you suck and you're old. I was totally waiting for that. He loves thumbnails. Good. Yeah, the thumbnails are so. That's kind of what we're going for. Clown had a really good one. He did one like this on his podcast. It said, "You'll never be a wizard, Harry," and it was from what's her face. You'll never be a wizard, Harry. You suck. Yeah, new thumbnail game is great. I don't care about thumbnails. I'm only gonna do what works. Get as many people in there. I'm squeezing the last bit of juice out of this as possible. Who knows? It might even save the show. You know, I'm going to Euro Disney, by the way. You hear that?
Nice.
You're a Euro Disney optimist, or are you too poor?
As he hugs his Transformer dolls.
Well, that was the thing I was going to say. If you're going to Euro Disney, dude, you're going to hate Star Wars probably more.
Yeah, probably. I figured that.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit that much. It's like I'm pretty much done with Star Wars as is. Star Wars sucks. It's the Bo-Dalorian. It's not even about. They managed to bait and switch the Mandalorian. Even like gave it to Bo-Katan. Even the writers are saying, "Well, the Mandalorian doesn't necessarily mean Din Djarin." I'm like, "Fuck! But you wouldn't have said that before the premiere." I guess every main character in fucking Star Wars is gonna be some fucking broad. Thank you, Disney. Kuban, you're on the air.
I watched that SunnyV2 video like 11 minutes after it came out for some reason because fucking there's no content on YouTube. It was so. It was.
You like it? I didn't think it got bad till the end.
That's what I felt like too, but I also feel like people are overlooking this looking into this MrBeast thing. Like it's like fucking creepy. It's like if I was fucking watching your family from afar and just commenting on how much you fucking hate was it Matt? It just is like every time you frown, you're hating Matt, and it's like that's what's fucking weird.
Yeah, or you could come in and do it like he really does hate Connor or something like that. Or
but Beast's face is like a perpetual frown, is what I'm saying. Like he's always frowning. Like I don't even when he smiles, he's frowning. Like
he looks like no dog.
He looks like he sold me weed. MrBeast looks like he sold me weed in '94.
Yeah, hot take. That's why he's not a good YouTuber. His face sucks.
Yeah,
like he has no emotion.
He makes up with it for cool fucking ideas, though.
I'm not saying he's a bad
and
YouTuber,
a workaholic. You know.
Yeah.
It's also like it was on a live stream. Are you just expecting MrBeast to have like fucking Botox smile? That's what you should do next. Just make him get Botox and have.
I like the fact that they're all. If SunnyV2's right and they're all uncomfortable. Good. It's funny.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Did you see MrBeast like actually tweeted about it?
Yeah, did he? Well, what
he said is that Chris isn't my nightmare.
Oh, did he?
Here, I'll find a tweet for you.
It gives good head.
Like,
no, I don't need it. I'll take your word for it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'll take your word. Chris isn't my nightmare. Ba 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 ba.
Yeah, I know. He said it's starting to piss him off.
Yeah, but I think it was a dumb move on fucking his part. Although he can't win in fairness, because then it's like, see, he's fucking doing damage control. You know?
No,
Here's the thing that's the truth that SunnyV2 was really dishonest, but we have no way of knowing what's going on in MrBeast's head or his heart. And the SunnyV2 video purports to know, and it doesn't. It's a guess, and it doesn't say. The video isn't even on enough to say, look, this is my take. This is my guess. This is my hot take. You know, there's nothing particularly wrong with the video. It's like, this is my hot take. You know, everything's going to fall apart. There is something to be said for, especially with the last Bud Light thing. If it does, they're going to have a heart attack in LGBTQ land. Because that means they can't fucking use the guilt on everybody anymore. But I'm not a culture warrior, so you can leave me out on that.
I'm not either.
Yeah.
I thought the whole Bud Light thing was stupid to me because I don't drink Bud Light. I'm a Blue Moon person.
You're yuck, disgusting. Just get some real Belgian ale. But
again, vodka's better too.
Yes, but they I thought the Bud Light thing was stupid, but the Bud Light thing is not. I swear to God, if RuPaul did the Bud Light commercial back in the 90s or 2000, there'd been nothing. It's crazy people like using the language that Keffels was using prior to her stealing $100,000 from the community. That's what people are sick of. That's what Bud Light's really about. And the fact that the beer sucks. Yeah, it's actually really bad. And it was dying. It's a dying brand no matter what. It's just they had some goofball kid in there who used to drink Bud Light, get really fucked up with all the boys, decided to insult the fans of Bud Light on top of the fact that the thing was falling apart, thinking this would rejuice. Like, there's so many Dylan Mulvaney's out there. They'll take over where the frat boys left off. And the truth is, the frat boys went to craft brew, and that's the real problem.
You know, there's, speaking of fucking craft beer and shit. Have you ever had I'm trying to think of its name. It's like an Oregon-based company, but I had one of their ciders.
Or I had a Dead Guy Ale, which is awesome.
Oh, I need to try that. There's
get some Dead Guy. Fuck you up too. It's got a high alcohol level, and it's actually good. Dead Guy Ale. Highly recommend. And a lot of great stuff coming out of Oregon and that whole area.
Was it? There's this one beer, McMinimans.
I never heard that one.
On a whole ass golf course on the Oregon coast.
Dead Guy Ale is really cool too because it has this awesome bottle you get. I gotta get another. I want to order one over here. Dead Guy Ale. I've been drinking this since fucking 2090s. Yeah. Oh wow! Yeah, this is the one I used to get at. This is awesome. Yeah, man. You can't drink it all the time.
No.
But I don't know. They have different flavors now. So I've been away from the States. I only get Dead Guy Ale. This is like weird. Like before, it's like, oh my god, the States are so bad. Now I can't get this fucking fantastic brew unless I go home. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is the can. This is excellent. Get some Dead Guy, for sure. Yeah, try some Dead Guy, and then if you see this hot chick,
run.
Tell her she's making everybody uncomfortable in the studio. I don't know. All right, get out of here, Cupid. Bye. Who's this guy? Ming the Ohio affiliate. Oh, how are you? How can I help you?
All right. I'm about to spin some facts, right?
What? I can't hear you. You're not talking to the microphone.
Dylan is the fucking weird, dude.
I don't know. You're weird. I don't know what you're saying.
I'm fucking killing myself, right? Fucking 4/20/2023. I'm gonna fucking shoot myself in the.
Aye.
Yeah.
At least you could do it in here.
I was going to ask, right, how the whole Bud Light thing.
4:23. You're fucking. You missed. Well, if you're in the East Coast, you already missed. It's 4:25, and you have like a whole hour. So
or maybe
relax.
He's talking about April 23rd. I don't know.
He's talking about shooting himself. I think. Don't do it.
See the Bud Light thing. Do you think like how? Because obviously,
if that guy puts like Tommy C wouldn't listen to me on his fucking suicide note, I'm gonna be really upset. I'm gonna be the first guy in history that comes out and says, "Not my problem." I promise myself. I'm gonna come out. I'm gonna do it right now. It is extremely tragic what happened to the stupidest fucking kid from Ohio did yesterday. And while my heart goes out to his family, I will not take any responsibility for his actions. And I refuse to let any of my staff, myself, or anyone else be blamed on it. I don't know. I'll have somebody else write it. Fuck it.
I'm on it, Tommy.
Yeah, you go.
Matt's a PR guy.
I don't care. Probably from Ohio. Whatever. It's not my fucking problem. Really isn't. You know, I think everybody says they're gonna kill themselves. We gotta like. Everybody's gotta like jump over shit and. Tell me where this guy, that suicide guy. Call back and tell me what part of Ohio is you're from. If I call the police. No. That's our fucking policy, right? We just call cops. That's all we do. No one's gonna talk to you. You're not gonna get to talk to me.
I think he was trolling. I don't think he was serious.
What do you know? How do you know? You sound like fucking SunnyV2. What do you know? You cannot take responsibility for someone else's suicide. Yeah, but the community will. They'll make me do it. Hello, Verona. Is that it? Is that what it calls? Oh,
he's back and waiting if you want to talk to him.
Hey, do you really want to kill yourself?
All right, I'm back. Can you hear me?
You're going to shoot yourself an hour from now? Is that what you're saying?
No.
Because you said it. Wait. What time zone is Ohio in?
I think he was saying April 23rd is what he was saying.
All right. Well, what's your problem? Why would you come in and do all that crazy stuff? What's your problem?
I just said it as a fucking joke. I was trying to speak, but you couldn't hear me, so I just fucking said it as a joke.
It sucked. Your joke sucked.
Shut up, you're old.
What?
Before you kill myself, everybody.
All right, go kill yourself.
Okay.
Oh.
Now he's gonna do it, Tom.
I don't care. My kid. When was the last time your dad actually paid attention to you? Tell me the truth.
Well, the actual truth or the joke truth?
The real truth. The real truth. I know, yeah, your jokes are so funny. Tell me them. Tell me the truth. And then you know what? Whatever you're doing, like we're missing like the first 3 words of your conversation. So stop at the threshold thing. Just leave it open. On because we're missing everything.
4/13/2023 is the last
time. It's like talking to a broken GPT. You ask him like turn off the thing, and then you start spitting out numbers. Like the fucking code's breaking. It's like the Matrix trickling down. Why can't you answer a question, you big dummy?
Why should I?
It's good. That's a good. That's a good question. That's a good answer. Why should you? You know, I don't know. I have no idea. I cannot come up with a good reason for you to. You're right. You got me. Yeah. I don't know. Why don't you want to have a conversation with me like an adult? I'll chop to the point. Yeah. This just might be the worst caller in SFTP history. No, it's not.
Silence.
It's not even close. Like, why can't we talk? Why can't me and you having a back and forth and A-B? Like,
Bonnie, thank you. Tommy, play the Oblivion theme.
That's a great idea. We need that. We really need the, I don't know.
Bonnie for the win.
This one's for you. Here we go. Maybe that's for the, let me do, because it sounds better on my end. We really need one of those.
Ninjbag, can you say stop there, criminal scum?
Stop that criminal scum.
Scum.
Fucking funny. Uh-oh. Stop that criminal scum. Well, this one's an HD file. What do you mean? That's not the one.
That's not the right one.
That's the battle theme.
That's the battle theme, yeah. What the fuck? I didn't write battle theme. Why would that possibly be the first one?
Just type in Oblivion meme song and it should pop up.
Oblivion meme theme.
Is it bad? That's what's actually known as now.
Honestly, I have nothing to say. I'm just listening to this.
Do you have where are you in the spectrum? Do you know?
Pretty high up, to be honest.
Yeah, good for you.
I'll be crying if I look like that too, bro. That's fucked up what they be doing to y'all. I ain't even gonna hold you, bro. I be saying that's fucked up. Like, bro, you probably had the full washing set. Your shit be fire probably if they ain't cut your shit. Fuck it though, bro. It's your life.
Is that what's called Harvest Dawn?
Harvest Dawn.
Yeah. It's actually it was I love this. Do you want to talk or you just want to stay in the fucking call? Midge bag. Do you want to have a conversation still? We're like fucking 5 minutes in. Still no convo.
It's very fun.
I'm gonna take that as a no. Alright? Alright? Here's what I want you to do. You make me a promise. Will you go back to this call, like rewind the stream and just see how retarded you come off? Could you please do that for me? Midge? Bitte? Will you? Please? We understand what it's like to have a conversation with somebody like you that cannot answer a fucking question ever? Like, how frustrating is it? It's like, is it cold outside? And this is all I hear.
Sorry for hearing my name, George.
It's very frustrating. So will you go back and watch the video and see like how frustrating it is to have a conversation with someone like yourself? Will you answer that one thing for me, please? Clearly not. another retard.
Want me cast fire?
Yeah, I cast fire. Magic missile. Where's my 20-sided? Where's my 20-sided dice?
See, the thing is, like, that song's ruined now for me. I fucking loved that tune when I used to play Oblivion.
Yeah, now you think of retards.
Exactly. I can't help it.
Thank him. You're on the air. What do you want? Oh God. Welcome to Shot for the Point.
We're in a tavern. What would you like to
I
order?
wanted to.
Yeah,
Well, about the Chris situation, I do disagree that the whole transition thing will be the end for like the MrBeast.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really get that point.
Is this my Italian girlfriend?
I think I wouldn't really care about the whole thing.
Is my mic
if
broken?
He didn't have a child in a while.
Are you my Italian girlfriend?
That's for me. It's like too much. No.
No. They sound alike though.
They do. Are you Italian?
Polish.
It's a Polish girl. I know who it is.
Same thing. Well, I don't think it's gonna affect. He's just too much of a beast. I don't think it really matters. I think it actually makes the whole show a little more interesting to me. You know, get somebody pretending to be a woman in there. You know, it's like you have these gamer guys and this guy who's fucking got a training problem. It's fucking funny.
It could change the dynamic of their like friendship if like one of them suddenly is like, oh, I'm no longer a guy, I'm a girl. Yeah. That changes the whole dynamic.
Maybe tough to shake his hair and to not wash it immediately. You know, I think it'll be fine. I think it's like the entertainment's like a weird world, so you're thinking this is the one place where this is probably not going to really make that much of a difference. But you know, I could be wrong, and I'll admit if I'm wrong. If this like goes the way of Bud Light, but I don't think so. I don't think so. If it does, it does. My problem with the video is just that it's like a giant guess. You know?
Yeah. Some people did point out that what we didn't like about Chris was that he liked apparently some flamenco type situation where he liked some underage porn.
What? I didn't hear anything like that. We're cutting you right off there.
I'm not sure if it was just porn.
How about let's leave from
Shadman drawing that was like
I don't know nothing. I gotta cut you off. All right. Well, Augie will be on later. And actually, call Dead on Dave. Bring this up on Dead on Dave. Have a very nice day, young lady. Bye. No.
Dude, the part where she kept talking and you were asking her a question. Someone said in the chat, "I don't think her dialogue box has finished yet. You can't interrupt."
Yeah, there it is. All right. I think you're the only guy on earth that played Oblivion. What a nerd you are. Alvin, you're on the air.
All right. Well, two things. One, I gotta be honest. I don't care what Chris does with his body. Like he's not touching kids. Like he's not pushing it on kids.
Well, maybe not. Give him
I don't know. Here's the good news. If he is touching kids, SunnyV2 will use his psychic abilities to fucking call the police.
Yeah. And the other thing, I wanted to tell you was my name, my username is actually he was a World War I Medal of Honor winner. That's who Alvin York is.
For the United States.
I heard you.
USA.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
Really?
What did he do? Well, Army kind of like kind of says it all there, Matt. But yeah, he's a Medal of Honor winner. He had like 100 Germans surrender to him with just like a .45 pistol.
He's a bad motherfucker. That
yeah. So I like
he
to
looks
honor.
German. The thing is, he looks German. Yeah.
Well, I like honoring veterans the best way I can, and he's one that
I'm sure
nobody
you can
ever
come up with
talks
a
about.
better thing than an Alvin.
I'm sure Alvin York greatly appreciates.
You
this.
should have my picture in your fucking thing.
Hey,
too.
There's 200 people in the stream now that now know who he is. So I mean, that probably didn't know who he existed before. So
I don't give a fuck, believe me.
I heard you ask about it, and I just figured I'd tell you.
During the assault, a German officer led several Germans to the scene of the fighting and ran into York, who shot several of them with his pistol. Imperial German Army First Lieutenant Poor Jürgen Farmer, commanding the 120 Reserve Infantry Regiment, a 2nd Battalion, emptied the pistol trying to kill York while he was contending the machine guns. Failing to injure York and seeing that his mounting losses, he offered in English a surrender to the unit, which York accepted. Sounds like a bad motherfucker. I gotta give him that.
Yeah.
Sergeant Alvin C. York. Did he live? Did he actually? Oh, he lived.
Yeah, he lived.
Oh, wow. He died in 1964. 1887, 1964. Sounds like a bad dude. I actually like stories like this. I played hundreds of hours of Oblivion. You're weird. All right. Thank you, Alvin. I appreciate it.
You have a nice day, Tom.
You keep your name. It is a nice way to honor veterans, especially ones that have forgotten wars. Take care, buddy. Bye-bye. Is that it? That's all we got?
That's all we got.
And guess what I'm doing? Watching the motherfucking
I'm watching Walking Dead.
I'm watching Walking Dead. You guys can come with me, or you don't have to, or you can, or you cannot. Since I'm going, I'm going to make this a free event. So you guys can come in if you really want to do it for some reason.
People want you to play Oblivion, Tommy.
Fuck off. They want me to play some
one person
weird.
One person.
Yeah, 2 people.
Me, I want to play Oblivion. I want you to see the magic of Oblivion.
I've never played Oblivion. I played Skyrim.
It's probably funny. Yeah.
I think if you went back now because of the memes, it's funny.
I don't know.
Or you can mod it and put a brothel in it.
Really?
Oh, I did.
Yeah. That's kind of weird. What you doing here? Let's try. How would I just can't imagine how that would go. Where the hose at? Hose, where you goes, hose, medieval sticky vaginal hose. I bet the hookers stunk back then. That's fantasy. Maybe now you know what's fantasy. They have beautiful vaginas.
I mean, there is lizard people in the game.
How's their vaginas?
I don't know. I was a white person.
The Walking Dead. You spoil this shit, I'll kill you. I'll fucking kill you. Nobody really watched with me yesterday, so this is why I'm half the reason I'm making it for free. Because I'm lonely. It's actually good. I am satisfied with the 11th season, though. I'm quite satisfied with the 11th season. What time is it now? Okay, we'll go start time in just a few minutes. Boop, 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 boop. 11 p.m., but it'll actually probably start a lot earlier than that. So here we go. The end of The Walking Dead. There we go. It's up. I just put the, actually I can do that. Could you take the event and add everyone? Matt, I would appreciate it.
Sure.
I was too lazy to put any content for you while I'm gone, so I decided I'm going to do a bunch of shorts when I'm gone and say things. Yeah.
Nice.
Aren't you glad you're fucking Patreon? For fuck's sake. For fuck's sake. Patreon. So, Tommy shouts me out when I talk over his stuff. No, I tell you to shut up when you talk over me, you big dummy. Or Snowellies. I've had enough. Have you had enough?
Yes.
You can't even wait to get, man, I can't wait to get the fuck out of here. Good news. Might be bringing the whole Real Talk theme back. Not impossible.
Nice.
Good. Very good. Where's the fucking theme on this?
Not hearing any music.
What the fuck? I don't know.
Just play that.
Can't come too soon. What the fuck is this? It just froze?
Oh yeah, you're frozen.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's but
yeah, whatever. Goodbye. Join me right after that Walking Dead. I make comments, funny jokes, fall asleep, burp, fart, and fill myself with junk food. Be my friend. I watched it with some guy last night. I forgot his name already. He fell asleep. I don't care. We didn't cover that. You cocksucker.